Incredible things you never knew dogs could do. Everyone knows that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Beyond the standard repertoire, sit, stay, shake, fetch, roll over, it's natural to assume Rover is kind of limited to being little more than a very furry, very cuddly best friend. Well, such an assumption is woefully incorrect. As it turns out your dog is basically a bona fide superhero. From UV vision to the seer-like ability to predict earthquakes, most dogs have inherent skills that, truthfully, are more like magical powers. So, sure, you might not be able to teach an old dog new tricks, but given these incredible things they can do, you won't have to. They can smell cancer. Dogs are most famously known for detecting cancer. It's no secret that dogs have an amazing innate sense of smell. But did you know they can use their sniffer to detect cancer cells? That's right, dogs can be trained to identify people that are affected with certain cancers, such as breast cancer and some skin cancers. In fact, a 2019 study published in the Experimental Biology Journal revealed that dogs can use their highly evolved sense of smell to sniff out cancer in blood samples with an astonishing 97% accuracy rate. It's essential to note, however, that dogs aren't born with this skill. They have to undergo special training. They can sense when a woman is pregnant. Though experts still don't know the exact moment that a dog can sense pregnancy, thanks to their acute senses, are relatively quick to pick up on major changes in your body and emotions. And, more likely than not, after they sense that you're pregnant, they'll become extra protective and more likely to bark at any potential threat. Read, fellow strangers in the park. They can predict the weather. Ever notice that your pooch starts acting weird before a big thunderstorm touches down? Well, according to Laurent Bokoza, the founder of Puppy Tip, a dog training and behavior advice website, that's because your dog can sense storm clouds moving in before you see them. There are several possible explanations for this, the most likely being that dogs have a stronger sense of smell and hearing, which makes them more sensitive to changes in the atmosphere, Bokoza says. They can tell when there will be an earthquake. Dogs are able to detect when earthquakes, tornadoes, lightning storms, and other hazardous weather are about to come through the area before humans notice any changes in their surroundings, Bokoza notes. There's no universally accepted theory as to why dogs can sense earthquakes, but the AKC hypothesizes that it's due to dogs' inherent ability to detect P waves, or the faster, weaker seismic waves that occur before an earthquake really gets going. They can tell time. Aside from using their noses to sniff out scents, dogs also use their cutest body part as a watch. As Alexandra Horowitz, founder of Barnard College's Dog Cognition Lab, told NPR, dogs use their sense of smell to tell what time it is. Smells in a room change as the day goes on, she said. If we were able to visualize the movement of air through the day, what we're really visualizing is the movement of odor through the day. The dog, I think, can smell that through the movement of that air through the room. They can count. According to Divine, your canine pal can not only measure lengths of time, they can also tell the difference between quantities of objects. Studies, like a 2013 one published in the Learning and Motivation, have been done on dogs telling the difference between the length of two identical sounds, and the dogs were able to be trained to trigger each of the sounds, says Divine. Your pooch can also tell the difference in quantities, with them being able to be trained to pick the larger quantity of an item. They can learn the names of places. According to Steffi Trott, the owner and head dog trainer at Spirit Dog Training in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's fairly easy to train your dog to remember specific places. You just have to bust out the doggy treats. Dogs are really good at learning the names of places and then going there when told, she says. Try it with your own dog. Put a treat into your kitchen, then take your dog to the hallway and tell them to get your treat from the kitchen. Repeat it a couple of times, then move to the next room. Your dog will be very motivated to listen and learn. They know there are treats waiting at the end of the game. They can sense where you've been. Leave your dog alone in the house all day, and they'll be able to use their nose to figure out what you've been up to. Dogs' noses are extremely sensitive, says Trott. Not only can they recognize us by scent alone, but they can also tell whether we are sick, what and when we last ate, and even where we have been during the day, from the smell of our shoes and clothing. They can see in the dark. Unlike their humans, dogs have the ability to see in the dark due to wider pupils and eyes that are equipped with light-sensitive cells called rods that help them see more adeptly in low light. But a dog's secret weapon and his ability to see in the dark is the part of the canine eye called the tapetum lucidum, according to the AKC. The tapetum acts as a mirror within the eye, reflecting back the light that enters it, and giving the retina another opportunity to register the light. They can smell your feelings. Next time you're sad, look down. Is your furry pal next to you? $10 says they are, because, as revealed in a 2018 study published in Learning and Behavior, dogs can sense human emotion. Researchers showed dogs a range of human emotions, including anger, fear, happiness, sadness, surprise, and disgust, and cataloged their reactions. For some, they cocked their head to the side. For others, they exhibited signs of increased anxiety. Regardless, the end result was clear: canines can pick up on your feelings. Dogs can sense supernatural activity. Whether or not you believe in the supernatural is beside the point. Some folks suggest that dogs are preternaturally attuned to it. There have been countless stories of dogs reacting strangely in certain settings, only for their owners to later learn of supernatural activity there, says Bukovza. If you ever take your dog to a supposedly haunted house, you may notice them cowering, barking aggressively at something you can't see, or refusing to enter certain rooms. It's believed that because of their superior senses, dogs have a stronger connection and ability to see or feel the presence of the supernatural than humans.